the fact of the matter is, most men, the average male, is going to hit the wall before the age of 30. There are many videos, there is a plethora of videos discussing how women hit the wall by age 30. And that is true. This is mainly talking about party girls, girls that are alcoholics, girls that get passed around, that have been in terrible relationships, that eat any and everything, you know, start off their day with a mocha choca latte from Starbucks, and when the night comes around, slam shots of tequila and then get back shots, then they get slammed that night. These are the type of chicks where they're in their prime, in their early 20s, and then by the time they're 30, they look like a meth head, right? Because of terrible life choices. Well, let me clue you in on a little secret, but that's not really a secret, and that is extremely common, all too common. And that secret is most of males have the same type of fate. Most males are going to be destined to smack headfirst into that almighty wall, into that abhorrent, you know, fucked up wall. A lot of guys are destined for that, and the thing about it is, it's easier to look at women, right, and poke fun and watch all of these videos and feel good about yourself as a man and be like, oh yeah, they're gonna hit the wall when they're 30, when this whole time you've been 30 pounds overweight, beer belly, drinking heavily on the weekends, balding, not because of genetics, because that is a thing. Some guys unfortunately have bad hair genetics, but I'm not talking about balding from genetics. I'm talking about balding from one too many cheeseburgers and a lack of exercise. A lot of guys are destined to hit that scary, big bad scary wall before they're even 30 years old. And this is a fact. Most guys, that you just look at the average male, just go to Walmart, right? And I know Walmart, especially depending on where you live, some areas, the Walmart there has the dredges of society. It has the absolute worst of society coming in and out of there, especially if you live in Waxahachie, fucking Mississippi or some, especially if you live in Hoochie Coochie, Mississippi or some crap like that, right? You live in some kind of backwoods, Alabama trailer park community or ghetto ass backwoods part of town, you're gonna see the worst of the worst. But in general, just go to a Walmart and you're gonna see the most out of shape, sack of potato built dudes, right? And guess what? None of them have even reached the age of 30. All of them are in their 20s, some even in their early 20s. Guys, I'm just being straight honest. This is harsh. This is extremely harsh, but the thing about it is, it doesn't take away from the fact that it is extremely true. A lot of guys like to watch these women hit the wall videos to get this kind of dopamine boost. Dude, just because you watch the video about how some alcoholic thotty is gonna hit the wall by age 30 doesn't take away from the fact that you are constantly getting turned down by those same type of chicks when they're younger, because you are super overweight, right? Beer belly hanging off your belt buckle, your jeans are getting tighter, and this is harsh, but this is the reality, okay? It doesn't change that fact. And a lot of guys like to push the blame off and be like, oh, it's all females' fault, and all of these chicks are 304s, and I don't believe in marriage because marriage is beta. I rather pump and dump. Well, dude, if you're gonna supposedly pump and dump and have a rotation and spin plates and all that bull crap, don't you think it would probably help that you look the part? Because let me tell you something, man. A lot of guys that hit the wall, or that have hit the wall by the age of 20, they're gonna preach this whole marriage is beta and I'm just gonna pump and dump. For one, the number one of the reasons why they do that is because they can't even get a chick to pump and dump with, because none of the chicks find him attractive, right? That's number one. So they're like, oh, I don't want to marry them anyway. I would just rather pump and dump. It's like that Aesop's fable with the fox, right? Don't quote me on this. I'm not saying the exact story or exact fable, but the fable went, the fox couldn't win the race, or he couldn't get something, right? He couldn't get a fruit off a tree, something or other. Correct me in a comment section. And he's like, oh, you know what? I didn't want that shit anyway, right? I didn't want it anyway. I didn't want to win that race anyway. I didn't want to get that apple off the fruit anyway. It's the same concept with a lot of these guys that hit the wall early on. Oh, I didn't want her anyway. She's a 304. She's a thought. But yet, watch a whole bunch of red pill videos trying to find out how to get girls. But they done packed on a whole bunch of beer belly weight. So now they look like a sack of potatoes. And they look at everything except for working out. And a lot of guys, man, that's their fate. All they do is sit around, drink alcohol, watch games, play video games, and then they wonder like, dang, man, what's going on? So the average male is pretty much cooked, you know, pretty much cooked by their 20s. They think working out is stupid. These are the same guys that hop in comment sections and say working out is stupid and, oh, look at him. He works out, big deal, stuff like that. And we live in so much comfort nowadays that a lot of guys fall into the comfort, right? A lot of guys fall into the comfort, and comfort is going to be what kills any type of attraction. And this isn't only physical. Don't get it twisted. I'm not only talking about the physical aspect, but let's just be quite frank, man. Let's be quite frank. When you look cooked by the age of 26, because your shirt is hugging on to your love handles, your shirt is hugging on to your man boobies, right? You got man boobies that are flopping around like an orangutan by the age of 23. It's like, dang, man, you don't give yourself a chance. So a lot of guys don't give themselves a chance, and they hit the wall before they're even 30 because of comfort, because of a whole bunch of video games, playing video games excessively, drinking alcohol, partying, binging on the weekends, drinking alcohol. And when you tell these, you know, and this video isn't telling anyone to do anything. Who the hell am I, right? Who am I for real? I'm just saying, for the guys who notice themselves slipping away, that like might get something out of this because they admit to themselves like, dang, I'm not in the best position. That's why, man, most guys are gonna binge drink. And when you tell them, hey, look, maybe you shouldn't drink so much, maybe you shouldn't binge eat donuts on the weekend, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm just trying to have some fun. How many days are you gonna have fun, dog? Obviously, the fun that you're trying to have is working against you. Honestly, the fun that you're having is, you know, destroying your body before you even hit 30. And a lot of these red pill videos, man, I feel like a lot of these type of guys watch these red pill videos because they're pissed at chicks, the same chicks that they say are 304s and all of that stuff. But really and truly, those chicks weren't even giving them the time of day to begin with. Now, am I saying that these females are completely innocent? Hell no. Everybody, I don't care how alpha you are, I don't care how ripped, I don't care how in shape you are, everybody is gonna face a problem or two, especially with a modern 304 or whatever you want to call them. But let's just be quite frank. A lot of guys have trouble with women, not because they're 304s and blah blah blah. It's because they let themselves go before they even had a chance, right? And then a lot of guys are gonna be like, oh, what's the point of working out? I'm not gonna do all that. Well, then don't expect any results, right? Because working out, taking care of yourself, and not binge eating, binge drinking is a form of self-control. It's not just about the physicality. It's about how you do one thing is how you do everything else. So if you can't control what you put in your mouth, no home easy. If you can't control put in your body, then you're probably gonna be losing control on other aspects of your life. If you're if you're before you're even 30, binge drinking, being an alcoholic, your shirts don't fit you, your stomach is poking out, your arms, the sleeves are loose as hell on your arms, and your stomach is poking out. Man, that is the worst. I feel like that has to be one of the worst feelings ever. Your stomach area poking out in your shirt, and your sleeves loose as hell because you got skinny ass arms. That's probably got to be one of the worst feelings ever, dog. You know? And that's how a lot of guys look. And everything else in their life reflects that. They're binge drinking, they come to work, they have low motivation because all that liquor in their system lowered their testosterone. So now they're moody. Now they're moody at work because that alcohol makes you kind of act like a moody B word. You guys get what I'm saying? And yes, alcohol makes you moody as hell, makes you have mood swings. It throws off your hormones. It throws off the balance in your body. So now you're at work pissed off, having mood swings because you've been binge drinking, you've been binge eating, which also throws off how you feel because you are what you eat. And your performance at work is bad because you're hungover. All this before the age of 30. And a lot of guys need to get out this mindset of, oh, working out is stupid. I don't have time for that. What the hell? That's dumb as hell. Like, they think working out and being healthy is some kind of super extracurricular activity that's like soft or something. Like, oh, look at him, he's soft, he's taking care of himself. Like, dude, that's the bare minimum. So before you a lot of guys, man, before you point the finger and look at a chick talking about she hit the wall, I would take a look at the damn mirror, bro. If your boobies are poking out like Madonna in the 80s, right? She had them tatas constantly hanging out, and your belly is making your shirt look 3D, but your sleeves are big as hell. You got skinny ass arms, and your sleeves are skinny as hell, but your stomach, the shirt is fighting for its dear life around the stomach area. Then women hitting a wall will be my last concern. You know, so anyway, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.